Chapter 10, the problem of the countervailing pressure. Just as important for you to be pushed forward with support of the benevolent pressure group, it is essential that at the same time you're avoiding countervailing pressure for the opposite of the wrong direction. Especially countervailing pressure comes from the same broad environment of force that push you into being a smoker in the first place, the general social environment in which you live. The environment outside your valent pressure group wants you to smoke, but they will be conspired against you for your efforts to succeed. You might just do, therefore, and shut the environment off to the great extent that it's possible. Major problems are likely to come from your family and close friends, whether or not they are smokers. If they are smokers, they will try to belittle your every effort to succeed. When pointed out before succeed, breathe the envy. Envy is what you'll be battling. Other smokers will attempt to protect their ego to pretend that you're doing an unimportant, silly. You've heard of the typical self-defense statements of a dozen times. In fact, possibly you would use the statements yourself in the past. When the doctor tells me to stop smoking, I'll stop. Cancer shams are statistically could get killed easier with driving a car than smoking. When your time comes, you go, whether you're a smoker or not. My grandfather smoked 2 packs a day till he was 93. A friend of mine never smoked in his life, killed over from a heart attack when he was 41. This is what you'll hear and again. If you don't protect yourself with advantage that other smokers don't want you to see, if there are smokers you get with a different form of the statistics, simply with the understanding what they're trying to do, but you're going through, but you'll tend to ridicule your efforts if you don't want to smoke. Why you don't simply stop. They'll ask. They may also come to you with a certain attitude that all self-righteous. They won't say with you in many words that they will try to convey with the notion that you're much more sensible than you are. See how foolish you are with the attitude will say that why weren't you as smart as you were back then and when you started smoking? Why couldn't you look into the future as we did and see the trouble that you got yourself into? Look at you now. Look at you. Maybe you'll listen to a wiser voice from now on. You may also hear similar nonsense from ex-smokers, particularly for the few that have gone cold turkey and succeeded. Many ex-smokers are highly sympathetic with the others, embarking with the anti-creep cigarette campaign, but they remembered what it was like, sincerely want to help, even if only standing out of the way. But others, especially cold turkey types, will tend to blow their horns rather loudly. You don't need all that peer pressure group in business. They will crow. Look at me. I'm simply quit. What they mean is suggestive of the course is that they are stronger than you are. All these pressures were brought to bear against you within your family, your circle, friends of the forestall the pressure for the effectively possible will suggest that don't tell everybody in the site that you're any anti-group, and don't tell everybody in sight that you're anti-cigarette campaign. There's no need to keep it in secret, but there's no need to broadcast it either to tell only those who would find out without any way, but the limit with the number of the people who exert the countervailing pressure against you. Ask your family members, friends, and work for the colleagues to leave you alone to help you do this. We've written a sample letter to those people who might damage your campaign. The letter appears on page 82. As the circumstances dictate, you may cut out the letter out over the book and show it to the people in the family bulletin board, or retype it, distribute it, and simply paraphrase it to get it, the gist of the talk as you talk to people. However you choose to go about it, some such message should be put. Alright, across to everybody whom are irregularly in contact who would conceivably exert countervailing pressure against you. And that letter says, letter from a smoker. Dear family members and friends, I'm about to embark on a campaign freeing myself of the cigarette habit. The campaign is important to me, though I realize I may not seem so to you. My success and failure would depend in large part on the cooperation I get from those around me. To put it simply, directly, perhaps bluntly, I need only one thing from you, and to be left alone. This may seem like those somewhat rude requests, but I don't intend as much. The experience for the other smokers who have gone through the route before me, both those who have succeeded, those who haven't, show that even best intentioned advice or the comment with the other campaigns do damage such the campaign. Think back, if you can, last time you were in some of the difficult, trying situation, other people were commenting, counseling from sidelines, but do you remember how it was? Someday, maybe they made with a comment that he thought was funny, maybe it certainly wasn't funny to you. Somebody else may have offered that he thought was a piece of sound advice, but you But to you, the advice was only an added irritation, extra element of the confusion. Almost everything said by the bystanders, even when it was said with goodwill, simply made another pothole in the already rough road you had traveled. This is why I ask you to leave me alone. My campaign, ignore it as best as you can. Please say nothing to him about it. I'll be grateful for your understanding sincerely. Or this message should keep most of the people from becoming a nuisance during the climb. Just because, however, there may still be some of the fail, but the understanding of the message, you may feel the feeling, fleeting contact with the original, or there are people that win you, but have never gone with the message. Strangers, trains playing with, for example, when you use the cigarette rating form, chapter 11, and become curious, end of the giving of the unsolicited advance. It's important that you prepare to advance to handle the situation, as we said before campaign was about to launch. Delicately balanced psychological one that can be influenced seemingly minor events as a word of ridicule, the peace of the ill concert advice, even from the stranger can weak, but your resolve of the critical time turn you from the successful path of some of the old sidetrack that leads nowhere. However they handle kids kind of situation the best advance, you give the next episode short whenever possible. Above all, never get into an argument about the best way to succeed. Somebody starts telling you he knows a better way than yours. Cool him fast down, nodding politely, saying yes, of course, everybody has his own method. What's best for you wouldn't necessarily be best for me. And if your friend continues to talk with his pet theory, repeat the statement in different words, nothing to stop an argument fast and simply refusing to debate. Your friend's best method may indeed be an excellent one. It may have helped others succeed against cigarettes, just as he errantly claims, but this isn't the point. The point is that you are embarked on a certain course where you see through it and successful end. There are no future letting the other people to continually switch to you other ways. This way, obviously, you will never get to the end of anything. Chapter 11, the rating form.